Welcome back to Laura's Design Studio. I am working on a project for next week. I had all this stuff out, so I decided I was just going to start it. Now, I have brushed this little bow box with light green. Thought I just saw light green where I don't want it. Light green on the bow, the ribbon, and that is going to be poured black. These little bows we're going to pour those in the light green. The tray is going to be black and light green. So I have some clear sitting off to the side in case I need more of one. But first, let's fill up these little bows here. And this is a collaboration make. The collaboration is Slay a Tray. It's done every other Thursday. So I am starting this on Thursday the week prior. But I decided, since I already knew what I was doing and I had all the molds out, all the colors, that's where we were going with. So there are the molds, the little bows filled. I think this big one needs a little bit more. There we go. So then I'm going to take the black and I'm going to fill the box and the lid. Now these boxes take about 3.5 ounces each. And this came in a pack of 3. And my son brought me home lunch, Chinese, from a little restaurant right down the street from us. And he brought me home the orange chicken and fried rice. Oh my gosh. And the portions are huge. Like, he ate while he was there and he had a big one. Then he brought mine home and he's gonna have plenty left over for dinner because I only eat once a day. And I don't even think I ate half of what was in that box. I can't believe how big their portions are. It's crazy. We all like Asian food. My, I guess, current husband, haven't seen him in, I think for nearly 4 years now, but he's Korean, so yeah. Black, light green, and we're just going to I made up 12 ounces of the Bond Craftor 1-to-1. we should have left over. I still have some clear in the container over there. I really love this collaboration because I like to make practical things. I mean, the characters and all that, they're cute, you know, don't get me wrong, they're super cute. But like for me, I like practical. I like, you know, give me a box I can put stuff in, or a tray, or, you know, a candle, something. I do not have, neither my son nor I have, we don't put stuff on the walls. We don't decorate. That's horrible, doesn't it? Yeah, we don't decorate, really. And, we don't have like a bunch of knick-knacky things around because, in my opinion, and my kids were kind of raised the same way, they're just dust collectors. And I don't like housework to begin with, let alone having to, you know, dust all of the knick-knacky crap around. No, that is not me. I like things with a purpose. If it has a purpose, I'm okay with it. And of course, you know, my style is Gothic. My son's style is Gothic. So, you know, skulls and, you know, stuff like that. Where am my house in Colleen, I had a few things up on the wall, but that was only because David found them and put them up. We put up stuff like my granddaughters will give us stuff. Like I have a painting up here. Actually, David hung it up the other day on my wall, and it was from my second oldest granddaughter. So stuff like that, yeah, we'll put stuff like that up. And David has stuff up in his room that the girls have given him and all that kind of stuff. But like to full on decorate, no, we don't do that. You know, I gotta say, landlords love us because we don't put anything up on our walls. I mean, I have a wall of bins above me, but it's useful. It's not like some dust collector that I'm gonna have to, you know, carry on. So yeah, I think the most decorated my house ever was the first time I lived in Laughlin, Nevada. I'm gonna pour some clear into this bowl that we had left over. My first apartment in Laughlin, my youngest son moved with me because he was a senior in high school, and my mother had come out. This was after my dad died. My mother had come out to help move because I was moving from Albuquerque to Laughlin, Nevada. And I went to work one day. We got everything there. The truck was there, you know. My sons unloaded the truck because David had come in too. And I went to work. and my house was fine. My apartment, you know, it was great. Had everything where I wanted it. I came home and my entire apartment was redecorated. And I was like, what the hell happened in the last 8 hours I've been gone? Because there was shit all over my walls. I had rugs down, you know, decorative rugs. Every room was plastered with pictures all over the walls, all kinds of stuff. And I was like, what did you, and it was all my mother. It was my mother. She's like, well, you never decorate or anything, and we found these in your stuff. I said, yeah, that stuff that was in my store. It wasn't meant to go up on walls and stuff. Because even back then, I was like a reseller. And I just was like, I didn't even have the energy to take it down. Let's see, I have a little bit left here. Oh, what can we do? Oh, you know what? I just got all these succulent molds. Let's make some succulents. Yes. Sorry. My son. He somehow lost half a pack of cigarettes and a lighter. Where were they? Crisis averted. We have found cigarettes and a lighter. Let's see, we'll see how many of these we can pour. Okay, this is a cactus. I guess we'll just go with green. Let me just... You know what? Let's do it this way. Ah, no! No! Oh, okay. There's that one. Just gonna stick this a little bit of black. Okay. Need more green. Resin, keep the resin on your sticks. Don't wipe them completely clean because wood is porous. If you don't have resin in them, you're going to cause bubbles in your resin. So don't put, what am I trying to say? Use your used sticks with resin on them. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Come here, little cactus. Ooh, just might take all of the green, almost all of the green. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Let's try this bigger one. Oh, not quite enough for that one. I mean, if you guys have been around for a while, you know that I played competitive pool. My kids were raised in a pool hall. They play competitive pool. The only reason I don't anymore is because my lupus had gotten so bad. With my spine, I can't stand for very long, like hardly at all. And so I got to the point where I couldn't maintain playing pool. But my point being, my son and I, at some point, will probably get rid of the living room because I didn't have a living room for lots of years. Why? Because I had a pool table. My living room was a pool table. I would much rather have a pool table than a living room. My mom disapproved of me playing pool, even though it was my aunt, she owned a pool league, and then I owned a few different pool leagues in the various states, and so they're the ones who got me into pool. My kids were getting older, and my dad kept telling me, you need to get a life because your whole life is your children, and they're gonna be, you know, they're getting up there in age, they're gonna be gone soon, and you need a life. Well, it just so happened that my aunt put together a women's league for the pool league that she owned, and she was missing one. She needed one more team in order to have a spot for nationals in Vegas. So she called me up and she's like, hey, I need you to put together a pool team for me and come play. And I was like, I can't do that. I have kids, you know. She's like, Laura, you can do this. And I was like, no, nope. I have children. I don't have time for that. Well, she called my father. I'm gonna put those back over here. Who then calls me to tell me that I will be putting together a pool team and that I need to get out of the house and actually do things that were adult related and not the kids' baseball, basketball. My kids played all the sports. Baseball, basketball, football, you know. I mean, the only friends I had were parents of the other kids. And they were all married. I was the only single parent. The only one. But yet I was the one who picked up all the kids from all their houses to go get them to practices and stuff like that. But, so I was like, fine. I wasn't going to argue with them anymore, so I put together a women's team. And I conned my cousin Nancy into playing. At the time, she didn't even have children, so she had no excuse. So I put her on the team. I put my aunt that was making me do this and my other aunt on the team. And I said, well, if I'm going to play all you guys got to play too. So that's where it started. And then before I knew it, I hated the women's league because there wasn't much competition. I wanted to play in an open league where I had a chance on playing, you know, bigger players. And so I then put a team together in the open league, and I kept my women's team. And then before I knew it, I was playing 5 nights a week and tournaments on the weekend. And it turned into what I ended up doing. So that's how I got involved in pool. My mom was dead set against it. She was dead set against me playing, and then when I got my dad to join me on the team, she was even more PO'd at everything, because she felt, you know, being in a bar was 5 nights a week was not appropriate. However, I don't drink. So it's not like I was drinking. No, I was playing pool. And frankly, the majority of my team did not drink. So I had a very competitive, non-drinking team. We went to nationals several times with several of my teams. Then when I moved to Nevada, that was in Albuquerque. Then when I moved to Nevada, I picked up pool there, doing the same thing. And then I ended up owning the one league there. Sorry, I'm just cleaning up while I talk. You can, you know, kill this video at any time. I ended up owning a pool league there. And then when I moved to Oklahoma, that is where I met my husband. We were both pool players. I owned a league there also. And then after COVID, I never went back because that was when my lupus became really bad and I wasn't able to, I was having trouble standing at the table to shoot, and then everything got shut down, and then I just, there was no way I could go back after COVID, so I'm out of the pool. My oldest son that I live with has all my pool cues, and he just got on a team here in Austin. He plays tonight. So that'll be his first night. And the bar and the, it's actually a pool hall. The pool hall is, in Oklahoma, it was a pool hall because they have big pool halls there. Pool is really big in Oklahoma. I ran many, many tournaments. I owned a pool league. So I was pretty well known in that scene, and but now I'm just a bystander. All right, guys, I have cleaned up, turned on the heat mat, and we'll come back later and demold this, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Welcome back. Let's do some demolding and see if we can put this together. Here we go. Let's do some extras real quick. We have the cactus. There it is. He's cute. Let's see. Does he fit into my snake? Oh, he doesn't fit into the turtles. I gotta get a smaller one. There's the cactus. This wasn't quite all the way full, but I don't think it needs to be. There's the other little succulent. Okay. Now we have the bows. These came out really nice. We're going to be using those along with maybe the ones I had made previously, so we'll put those out there. Let's I'll get this bowl out since I finished filling it on this one. This bowl is one of my favorites. I love this bowl. Turn this back around. Lord. There we go. So there's the bowl. Okay, let's do the bottom of the box. There's the bottom. Here is the lid. There we go. There's the lid. and it fits nicely on the box. Now let's do the tray. Okay, there is the tray. Now, we're gonna make this I don't think we need all those. Let's do the big one, 2 mediums, and a small. We're gonna set that in the corner. These will be underneath resin, so I am going to make up some resin and I will be right back. Okay, we are back. I mixed up resin. Now, one of the things I like to do when I have a design and I don't want it to really move is I use a little bit of super glue at first. And this one is going dead. I don't know if we got any out of here. But I just like to get that so it will stay, especially these bows, because I don't want them to like float or anything. Come on. Are we not going to work today? What is the issue? There isn't hardly anything left in here. I'm going to have to get out my other one. Come on. All right, let's get out the other super glue. That one I can't get the top off of. Last time I had to use it out of the bottle, which looks like I'm gonna have to do again. Just need enough to hold it. Oh, that one's stuck now. Of course it did. Well, let me see if I can get more out of it then. Because now this one is stuck down. Okay. Guess it took a minute. Don't forget this was a collab between Beverly, Kathy, lay a tray. It happens every other week. Come on. You're not gonna settle in there now? That's okay. You're gonna be held down by resin anyway, so I just don't want you moving. Come on. All right. Okay, here we go. Just like I like those bows underneath. That way the tray is, you know, flat. You don't have something sticking up. So that's what I'm working on here. Make sure that that bow, because that's the biggest one, is under. This one's all under, that one, that one. So you have a little jewelry tray with a little box to store extra stuff. extras so that I can turn on the heat mat. I mean, it's not going to be anything different than what you guys see it, so there's no need to bring you back, but this is what it looks like. Again, this was collaboration, Slay a Tray, and you will have a playlist in my description box. Please go check out everybody else's. I don't know how many people will be in it this week, but they will all be in the playlist, and we usually all have the exact same thumbnail, so you can always find us. But here we go, final product. This is my bow theme for Slay a Tray on Thursday. And I will see you guys in the next one. In the meantime, like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things, hit the black bell so that you are notified when I put up another video. And don't forget those discount codes. They are in the description box, and they will give you money off. Two really good ones are 20%ers, which makes a big difference. One is for Craftor. Do not use that on Amazon. That is only good for their website, not Amazon. But I'm telling you, you try Craftor, you'll never go back to another resin. I love their resin, love their new black resin, love their casting powder that they just came out with. They've also come out with a mold, silicone mold making kit, which will be here at the end of the month. I've already pre-ordered mine. And the other 20%er that's down there is for INTORESIN. If you like handmade molds, go find them. They have the best molds around. I love their molds. Matter of fact, this is one of them right here. And this jar, I just have to finish another coat and seal the top there. This is a Dragonine jar. They're a handmade mold from INTORESIN. I love this one. And I will talk to you in the next one. Bye-bye.